Christmas, that time of year when we're once again blessed with cinematic masterpieces like Hot Frosty, and when everyone starts playing that Mariah Carey song that I don't really like but still catch myself singing along to whenever it comes up. Everyone is all cozy and cheerful with their families having a happy holiday. But if you're anything like me, in which case, that sucks, Christmas usually isn't a happy time. It probably isn't much of a holiday either. It's just like any other of the 364 days you managed to live through that year. I don't even identify as Christian anymore, but I come from a Christian family and it's one of the two main religions in my country, so it's something you can't escape whether you like it or not. People are gonna be posting all the presents they got, all the fancy food their nans cooked for them, the parties they're attending with their friends. And that can be hard if you're someone who has none of that fancy stuff going on. I still celebrate the 25th with my family, but for the past few years, we haven't really been able to have a Christmas that felt like Christmas. No tree, no lights or decorations, no presents. We basically just order fast food, then everyone goes to their different rooms to eat alone. And we're kind of broke, so to us, buying fast food is the equivalent of an average family eating at a Gordon Ramsay restaurant. One idiot sandwich, please. The most memorable Christmas I had was back in year 6. You see, the school used to have this tradition where on the morning of the annual Christmas party, parents would secretly drop off gifts with their kids' names on them to the school. Then, whichever male teacher had the biggest pot belly and the smallest amount of dignity would dress up as Santa and go from class to class handing out the goodies to the students. They usually had a price limit for what the parents could send, so kids from less privileged households wouldn't feel jealous when they see the spoiled brats with gifts that cost more than their monthly rent. To be honest, I wasn't even expecting anything that year. As other kids were getting called one by one, I sat there in my seat, accepting the possibility that there'd be nothing for me. So imagine the disbelief and amazement on my 10-year-old face when I heard my name being called, and I looked up to see that my parents had sent something for me after all. Although that amazement quickly turned to disappointment when I saw the shape of the package and I was thinking, oh, my parents got me a book? Which would have still been something to be grateful for, but I was 10. I already did enough reading at school. I didn't want to have to read at home too. Especially for Christmas. The disappointment turned back to amazement when I tore it open and I realized it wasn't actually a book, but a brand new game for my PS2 called Crash Nitro Kart. I was filled with so much excitement that I couldn't even concentrate on the rest of the school party because I was itching to go back home and spend the rest of the day playing it. My two younger sisters, who were also in the same school, got identical Dora the Explorer dolls that could walk and talk. They loved them, but I swear something about those dolls made them look like the kind that would come alive at night and try to slash your throat with a butcher's knife. Ew. When we got home, we all had fun together and ate good food, and it was special. It felt like a holiday. Thinking back to those times, it makes me realize how much I took things for granted back then, because it seems like after that year, I've been permanently stuck on both Santa and Jesus' naughty list. Please tell me, what did I do wrong? Sorry, I forgot to use my inside voice. But you know what? I'm trying to reinvent myself to be a more positive person that can find happiness in less. Christmas should be about celebrating the birth of Jesus, not who has the bigger tree or nicer presents. And even if you're not religious, you can still use it as a time to just count all the things you're grateful for. For starters, I'm grateful for my family. Even though in recent times we're not as close as I wish we were, they'll always come first before anyone else I know. I'm grateful that I still have my sanity intact. For the most part anyway. Despite all I went through this year, I still managed to make it this far. And I'm grateful that I got any subscribers at all on this channel. I honestly wasn't expecting my first video to reach more than 5 people, so I appreciate anyone who's made the decision to join me on this journey of me trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing here. Well, that's enough yapping so I don't get too sappy. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you next year.